Hello everyone, myself Professor S.K. Sonone from Kekewa College of Agriculture, Nasik, Department of Plant Pathology. Today we studied about the carbon cycle. This is also very important cycle. So what is meant by carbon? It is an element, the basis of life of Earth, found in rocks, oceans, atmosphere, all living organisms. What is the so we are studied carbon cycle. The same carbon atoms are used repeatedly on Earth. They cycle between the Earth and the atmosphere. So life on the Earth is based on the carbon atoms. Final source of organic carbon compounds in nature is carbon in atmosphere. 0.03%. Atmosphere contain about 700 billion tons of carbon, and almost equal quantity is locked in dead organic matter on land. Similarly, living plant, coal, oils, resources contain billion tons of carbon. So utilization of carbon. Bacteria can convert or synthesize organic matter from inorganic carbon chemical compound, that is CO2. Using sunlight with CO2, they make glucose. This process is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis in bacteria, for example, chlorobium, utilization of autotrophs bacteria. The carbon can be used by the plant and used to build the plant. Also gives off CO2 from cellular respiration. Animal eat plants. When organisms eat plants, they take in the carbon and some of it become part of their own bodies. They generate CO2 from cellular respiration and exhale this CO2 into the atmosphere. Animal eats animals. When organisms eat animals, they take in the carbon in some become part of their own bodies, and they generate CO2 from their cellular respiration and exhale this CO2 into the atmosphere. Plants and animal die. When plants and animal die, most of their bodies are decomposed and carbon atoms are returned to the atmosphere. Some are not decomposed fully and end up as deposit undergrounds, means oil, coal, etc. fossil fuel. Carbon slowly returns to the atmosphere. Carbon in rocks and underground deposit, it releases very slowly into the atmosphere. This process takes many years. So carbon in oceans. Additional carbon is stored in the ocean. CO2 passes into the water from the atmosphere. Plants and phytoplankton use for photosynthesis. Many animals pull carbon from water to use in shell, etc. Animal die and carbon substances are deposited at the bottom of the ocean. Ocean contain Earth's largest store of the carbon. Burning wood and fossil fuels release carbon compound in air, water and soil. 1 gallon of gas burned in a car, 19 IBS of CO2. Cycle repeats over and over and over. So this is the carbon cycle. We already see animal eat plants, then animal eat animals. So carbon get into their body and release into their body, and then when die plants and animal this carbon release or subjected to the soil and earth and oceans, water, okay, and then released to the atmosphere again. Human impact. Fossil fuel release carbon store very slowly. Burning anything release more carbon into atmosphere, especially fossil fuels. Increased carbon dioxide in atmosphere increases global warming. Fewer plants means loss CO2 removed from atmosphere. What we need to do? Burn less, especially fossil fuels. Promote plant life, especially trees. Thank you very much.